Employee selection is the process of choosing from a grouping of applicants the individual best suited for a particular position. Other than that, employee selection also defined as a process of choosing individuals who have relevant qualifications to fill existing or projected job opening. First, obtaining qualified and skilled worker. Proper selection facilitates the staffing process and the procurement of well-qualified and skilled workers in the organization. By having selection process, the organization may choose the right person from a list of candidates that apply for the job vacancies. Second, minimizing cost of training and development. Proper selection of candidates reduce the cost of training because qualified personnel have a better grasping power. They can understand the technique of the work better and in no time. Furthermore, the organization can develop different training programs for the different persons based on their individual differences, thus reducing the time and cost of training considerably. Third, reducing employees' disciplinary problems. Proper selection of personnel reduces personal problems in the organization. Many problems like labor turnover, absenteeism, and monotony shall not be experienced in their severity in the organization. Labor relations will be better because workers help the management to expand the business and to earn more profit, and management in turn compensate the worker with high wage, benefit, and aid. Fourth, improving organizational productivity. Proper selection process improves productivity of organization by making the right selection of high qualified employees working in the organization. Last but not least, ensuring legal compliance of HRM. HR compliance is a process of defining policies and procedures to ensure your employment and work practice demonstrate a true understanding of applicable laws and regulations, while also being aware of the company's larger human capital resources objective.
My name is Lily Shada Binti Rusli and my ID number is 2021108361. I want to describe the given step in employee selection. Firstly is initial screening. Initial screening is the first step conduct on proposed application to determine whether the individual is minimally qualified for employment, and also purpose of the preliminary interview is to eliminate unsuitable or unqualified candidate or those who objectively do not meet the position requirement from the selection process. Sometimes, preliminary interview is conducted to exchange information with applicants to decide the suitability of candidate for further screening. It is used to shortlist potential candidates to cut selection costs by allowing only eligible candidate to go through to the further step in the selection process. The second one is application reviewing. Application reviewing is review of application is instead to examine the detail of applicant to identify those who meet the selection criteria as required by the job with application form, resume, and curriculum vitae as known as CV. Third one is job fitness testing. Fitness assessment consists of different types of tests and exercise used to determine your overall health and physical fitness level. This test typically assess your strength, endurance, and flexibility. After that is job interview. It's used to interrogate candidates to evaluate the potential employee for the most likely attributes for the employment in the company, organizations, or firm. During this process, the employee hopes to determine whether the applicant is suitable for the job. In the interview, also allow the candidate to assess the corporate culture and demand of the job. Okay, lastly is background checking. Background checking is usually used to investigate the candidate-related information in order to gain additionally insight into the information provided by applicant in his application and to verify the accuracy of the information provided. It is also used to expand understanding of candidates' skill and experience through the opinions of those who have worked with them in their previous portfolio.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Naisa Zarina binti Arwa. I will present question 4.4 and question 4.5. Question 4.4. Discuss any two methods of test used to check the candidate intellectual ability and physical ability. Cognitive aptitude test is a pre-employment aptitude test that measures an individual aptitude or ability to solve problems, digest and apply information, learn new skills, and think critically. Individuals with high aptitude are more likely to be quiet learner and high performance than individuals with low aptitude. There are three different kinds of questions: verbal, math and logic, and spatial reasoning. Second is physiomotor tests are used for determine the previous coordination, contradictory, and reaction time for candidate in the hiring process. It is only access the mechanical performance of the candidate, but also their ability to understand and follow instruction and perform motor response. This kind of tests are widely used for deciding the best candidate for surgeons or pilots. The test measure the candidate reaction time, multitasking capacity, and coordinating ability. The evaluator rate the candidate performance against the predefined benchmark. This is standardized for all applicants. Question 4.5. Describe three different types of employment interview. First, unstructured interview or non-directive interview is an interview in which questions are not prearranged. These non-directive interviews are considered to be the opposite of a structured interview, which offer a set amount of standardized questions. The form of the unstructured interview with some questions being prepared in advance in related to a topic that the researcher or interviewer wish to cover. They tend to be more informal and free-flowing than a structured interviewer, much like an everyday conversation. Second, structured interviewer is a quantitative research method commonly employed in survey research. The aim of this approach is to ensure that each interviewer is present with exactly the same question in the same order. They ensure that answers can be reliable, accurate, and the comparison can be made with confidence between sample subgroup or between different survey periods. A structured interviewer also standardizes the order in which questions are asked of survey response, so the questions are always answered with the same content. Lastly, behavioral-based interview is an interview technique which employees use to evaluate candidate past behavior in different situations in order to predict their future performance. It's easier to predict success based on candidate past experience than on speculation. In behavioral-based interviewing method, potential employees ask the candidate open-ended questions about specific situations they encountered in the past, and then depending on the answer, probe the gain better and detailed response. This results in better hiring decisions, which lead to lesser costs. Behavioral-based interviewer offer a better chance at predicting how an employee may fit in. Thank you.
There are 5 different methods of selection tests. The first is standardization, uniformity of the procedure and condition related to administering tests. Second is objectivity, the condition that is achieved when all individuals scoring a given test obtain the same result. Number 3, norms, a frame of reference for comparing an applicant's performance with that of others. And number 4 is reliability, the extent to which a selection test provides consistent result. And number 5, validity,
the extent to which a test measure what is claimed to measure.